Guys, want to mention something that nobody is talking about with this Russian conflict that literally just went into Russia. This Russian-Ukraine conflict is very similar to the war that happened in Syria, the Syrian war, as we are aware of, that just took place and started back in 2011 and is still going as we speaking, but to end really soon. This conflict, the Russian-Ukraine conflict, is very similar to the Syrian war. Now, I don't know if you guys can recall what happened before 2016. This war was supposed to take place in 2016, but unfortunately, Trump disappointed everybody. All the Democratic Party. Their agenda was to start this war back in 2016, the war with Russia. Russia is very rich with minerals, got lots of resources, got lots of petroleum, uranium, gold, is rich in resources. Reason why they started the war in Syria, because they have petroleum. Yes, Syria got petroleum too, as well as Libya, Iraq. Syria's rich, and the whole thing that triggered the war was the natural gas, present in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. They always go after resources. You see what I mean? That's how conflicts, that's how business work. Guys, this is a dirty, ugly world. That's the truth. There's no good or bad guy. Wars happen because of business, economics. So now Russia was pretty much antagonized, and this is just reminding me of the Syria war, how it started. This is what's happening right now, very similar to what happened in Syria. They went in Russia, they're calling it the Russian resistance, and now it's the private military wing, the Wagner group, private military, private army, outside of the Russian military, independent. They decided to do a military coup and take out all the generals and commanders, overthrow them. This is very similar to what happened in Syria, if you can recall back in 2011. The same case scenario. This is what happened. They divide countries, they take their resources, they take advantage of, countries getting divided. That way they can put their hands on these guys trying to do this military coup. Say the Wagner group now got the US support, got all the West support, all the Western countries are supporting the Wagner groups. They used to be the bad guys. Guess what? They're the good guys now because they're against Putin. But see how this world works? It's so ugly. And now you're getting support and nice comments from the West talking about the Wagner group, how he's doing a good job, and now maybe they might be supporting him with resources to go ahead and overthrow the Russian government, do a coup, or maybe trigger a civil war just like Syria. This is exactly what happened in Syria, gentlemen. In Syria, you had the Free Syrian Army, which was supported by the Western countries. The biggest Western countries, I'm not going to name them now, but they supported the Free Syrian Army. They went ahead, they were trying to make sure, they were supporting the Free Syrian Army, with billions of dollars, just so they can go ahead and overthrow the Assad regime. And that completely failed. Western countries failed to overthrow the Assad regime, and he ended up winning. And now he's just shaking hands with Saudi Arabia, the prince, and everything is back to normal. And now they're about to resolve the conflict in Syria, knowing that Assad just won against the West. But now this is the same thing. If you go back to 2011, this is how the war started in Syria. It was a bit outside, and now they try to bring it inside internally, and now we're seeing similarity with the Russian conflict and the Syrian conflict. They're going inside Russia. They're using people to rebel, and that's what's happening. So I just want to give you an update. I wish people can look and see these similarities that I can see as well. It's pretty similar to the Syria war. And you know, you got it's a proxy war, a lot of countries supporting this war, sending their soldiers, militias, mercenaries from all around the globe going to Ukraine and Russia. It's all business, and you know, it's an ugly conflict that might take years, maybe even longer than the Syrian war. So I just want to give you an update, let you know what's happening. Do not be surprised that this is a long conflict. A lot of organizations are involved, not just the US, Britain, France. A lot of countries. You'll be surprised who's involved. But this is an ugly conflict. The whole main goal of it is to divide Russia, the great Russian bear. I'm very disappointed though in how they perform so far in this war. I've expected them to do much better, be more equipped, be more managed, be more ready, be just use a brain to control their army, and try to spot up these cracks and try to solve them immediately before this this conflict gets out of hand. They end up losing a war and be embarrassed about themselves. So I hope they use a bit of a brain. All it takes is a little brain to manage this great Russian military army and prevent further division in the Russian country, just like what happened in Yugoslavia. That's what happened in Yugoslavia. They divide Yugoslavia, and now it's into little tiny countries. They take in their resources, and same thing all over again. History repeats itself. Simple as that. So give me your take on it. That's my take. I just want to help the audience understand this war, why they happen. It's all business economics. That's the model. War are not out of the ordinary. Everything happens for a reason. It's all business. You got these, weaponry manufacturers. It's all business. So please subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Watch my videos. Got lots of interesting videos to watch. Thank you for watching.